joining me on this Saturday morning. Driving. I'm always driving, it seems like. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you are been around for a minute, welcome back. And if you've not subscribed, please do so, because it helps get the algorithm pushing out the videos to the people who need to see them. So based on the description, we're going to talk about Virginia Giuffre. Or Giuffre. I don't know if I've ever said her name correctly. I may not even spelled it correctly, so I do apologize. So, for those of you who don't know who she is a woman who was victimized by Jeffrey Epstein in his sex ring that he had going on. She is also the one that basically blew the whistle out on Epstein and everything he was doing. And she was the one also that had she claims, was assaulted by Prince Andrew of the English royal family. Well, if you've watched the media in the last 24 hours, you know that Virginia Giuffre has self-deleted herself. Yes, she has taken herself out. And it's a very sad situation, because this is a woman that did everything she could to put her life back together. She got married, she had children, wrote a book, did everything she could, to bring light to the sexual crimes of Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. And unfortunately, she lost that battle of dealing with it. And it's sad, because I don't think people realize the toll these type of things take on people. And we need to be, aware of that, because you can't sit there and accuse somebody of being this way and then not pay attention to how the effects of the victims are. Because you get these victims and you say, oh, they're liars, they're this, they're that, and it's like, we don't know that. Just like Shannon Sharpe's victim, Gabriella Zuniga, that's come out and said, he's done these things to me. And people were like, well, she's an OnlyFans model. She's probably done way weirder stuff than this, and it was okay with it, so she's probably doing a money grab. I don't know. But I do think it is... I don't think you should, just because she's an OnlyFans model, justifies what happened to her. Like I said, my big criticism of her has been, I thought it was weird that she went straight for a civil lawsuit instead of a criminal complaint, because she was well within her timeline to be able to do a criminal complaint. And I thought it was odd that she didn't do that. That's been my criticism, but whatever. More information keeps coming out about him, about how women that worked with him, granted he didn't do anything to them, but they kept saying, there's a file, there's history here, there's things that he has done. And ESPN and Disney just kind of brushed it under the rug. And I think at some point, the Disney company and ESPN are going to have a massive lawsuit on their hands, because they allowed men to have bad behavior. And this goes the same with women too. Women are doing the same crap, being abusive and whatnot. Call them out. Don't let them do these things, because it goes both ways. Because you have got men who have dealt with this crap, and it's not okay, no matter who's doing it, no matter who the victim is. Okay, thank you, Ricardo. I appreciate the little bio there. But let me just say that anyone who has not already subscribed to this channel, please do so we can discuss this, because Virginia Giuffre did not deserve to die. She didn't, and it's sad that she took her own life, and it's sad that she's now left behind 3 children. And now they're going to be picking up the pieces. They are now forever going to be affected by the choice their mother made, because she just could not come to terms with what happened. And it's such a sad situation. And there's many women that Epstein victimized, and not all of them made themselves public. So it's going to be interesting to see if any more comes out about this since she has done this. And then, like I said, you've got the Gabriella Zuniga case with Shannon Sharpe, and you're finding out, he's got a history. There was a case in 2010 where he was sued and he had a restraining order against him. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm sure there is more victims out there, because when there's smoke, there's fire. That's same thing with Cosby, same thing with R. Kelly, same thing with Sean Puffy Combs, all these guys, you know. And then I'm sure there's women out there too. I mean, when you look at it, you look at these teachers, these female teachers that are abusing their middle school students, having intimate relations with them. What the heck is going on there? Because that's weird, you know, all by itself. So, I mean, it's not just a man on a woman thing. It is a woman on a man thing, too. I mean, it's going everywhere. And I am so sick of this crap, because you can't even send your kids to school and think they're going to be safe. What is going on with this? And Shannon, I mean, he is in his 50s when he met this girl when she was 19. I mean, he is like almost 40 years older than her. And it's like, really, dude? Like, you couldn't get somebody maybe in their early 30s? I mean, you have to go down to the teens? That makes no sense. Yeah, but like I said, I personally would never date anybody younger than me. I can't. It bothers me. I can't do that. But I'm not going to criticize anybody else, because anybody else, it's whatever they want. So, but take a moment today and think about Virginia Giuffre and wonder who she could have been had she not ended things the way she did. And it's sad. It's very, very sad. And, you know, keep your thoughts on Gabrielle Zuniga, because we don't know what she's going through either. So, but this is Rebecca with Red True Crime. I'm going to end this, and you all have a great day. Be weird, be rude, be safe, as I always say. And I'll be back later. Bye.